ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
ਬਲਿਹਾਰੀ ਗੁਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਉਹਾੜੀ ਸਦਵਾਰ ਜਿਨ ਮਾਨਸ ਤੇ ਦੇਵਤੇ ਕੀਏ ਕਰਤ ਨ ਲਾਗੀ ਵਾਰ ਜੇ ਸੋ ਚੰਦਾ ਉਗਵਹਿ ਸੂਰਜ ਚੜੇ ਹਜ਼ਾਰ ਏਤੇ ਚਾਰਨ ਹੋਂਦਿਆਂ ਗੁਰ ਬਿਨ ਘੋਰ ਅੰਧਾਰ ਗੁਰ ਬਿਨ ਘੋਰ ਅੰਧਾਰ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੀ ਹੋਈ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਰਲ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਏ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਨੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੇ ਮੱਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਚਲੇ ਗਏ ਸੀਗੇ। ਵੀ ਗੋ ਅਪ ਟੂ 23rd ਪੌੜੀ ਆਫ ਆਨੰਦ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਡੂ ਨੋ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਪਰ ਹੁਕਮ, ਗੁਰੂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੁਕਮ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਆਵੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੇ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਗਾਵੋ ਸੱਚੀ ਬਾਣੀ, ਬਾਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਗਾਵੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਕੇਰੀ ਬਾਣੀਆਂ ਸਿਰ ਬਾਣੀ ਜਿਨ ਕੋ ਨਦਰ ਕਰਮ ਹੋਵੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਤਿਨਾ ਸਮਾਨੀ। Maharaj says, come and sing this Bani, and if you are blessed, the Bani will come and sit in your heart. ਜੇ ਬਾਣੀ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਗਈ, ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਰੱਬ ਹੀ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਵਾਹੋ ਵਾਹੋ ਬਾਣੀ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਹੈ। ਜੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਿਆ ਆਪਾਂ, ਕਿ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਵਸੈ ਨਿਰੰਕਾਰ। ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਸੱਚੀ ਬਾਣੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ use the word ਸੱਚ because what they're saying is if you find the ਸੱਚ then ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੱਚਖੰਡ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਏ, you will reach ਸੱਚਖੰਡ, because ਸੱਚ is ਸੱਚੀ ਬਾਣੀ। ਸੱਚੀ ਬਾਣੀ creates ਸੱਚਖੰਡ for us. We are trying to get to ਸੱਚਖੰਡ while we are alive, and the best ਸੱਚਖੰਡ is that when the ਸੱਚ comes and sits inside our heart. So next body Maharaj says, ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਬਿਨਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੱਚੀ ਹੈ ਬਾਣੀ, ਬਾਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਕੱਚੀ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਬਾਝੋ ਹੋਰ ਕੱਚੀ ਬਾਣੀ। ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੱਚੇ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਕੱਚੇ, ਕੱਚੀ ਆਖ ਵਖਾਣੀ। ਹਰ ਹਰ ਨਿਤ ਕਰਹਿ ਰਸਨਾ, ਕਹਿਆ ਕਛੂ ਨ ਜਾਣੀ। ਚਿਤ ਜਿਨ ਕਾ ਹਿਰ ਲਿਆ ਮਾਇਆ, ਬੋਲਨ ਪਏ ਰਵਾਨੀ। ਕਹਿ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਬਾਝੋ ਹੋਰ ਕੱਚੀ ਬਾਣੀ। Maharaj starts from Sachi, they go to Kachi. There's two ways of understanding this Shabad. Very, very different ways you can say. They both are right in their own way. ठीक है ना? We can't sit here and say this is wrong. Maharaj's Bani is beyond. There may be more ways than just these two. From what I've understood, there's two main ways of understanding this Shabad. The first refers to what we normally use nowadays. And we say ki Bani of our Guru is the true Bani, and that Bani that's not read by our Guru, SatGuru, Bina hor Kachee Bani. So Bani that is not what Guru Sahib has written is Kachee Bani. Okay? So this is used to refer to what happened later on, because Guru Amar Das Ji wrote Anand Sahib. But when it came to their grandson, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj's elder brother, Prithi Chand, had always wanted to be the Guru. And Prithi Chand, he'd hoped obviously to be the Guru, but Guru Arjan Dev Ji got it. Then he'd hoped that his son would become the Guru, because Guru Arjan Dev Ji for many years didn't have a child. And then Mata Ganga Ji was blessed with that amazing Guru, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Maharaj, the great warrior Guru, Miri Piri de Malik. So now Meherban, who was the son of Prithi Chand, was also frustrated because Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji had been born. And they tried many times to kill Guru Har Gobind Maharaj when they were even a child. So Prithi Chand's son, Meherban, had actually started to write Bani at the time that Guru Arjan Dev Ji was around. Maharaj was shaheed in 1606, and in 1604 Guru Granth Sahib Ji was compiled. And 1602, Maharaj decided to start to compile Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It took 2 years in a place called Ramsar to make the whole of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Aad Granth Sahib, at that time it was called. What was the situation at that time when Maharaj in 1602 ordered that we have to create our own Granth? It was this, that Meherban has started to write poetry. Not only did he start to write poetry, because that's okay, everybody writes poetry, but he started to say Guru Nanak in his Baanee. He'd made a bead and he'd actually started, he'd made a pothi, he'd put in Baanee of the Gurus in there, but he'd also started to write his own Baanee in there, and he started signing it off as Nanak. He was trying to make his claim to be the next Guru. The descendants of Priti Chand and Meherban in the lineage are called the Meene in our Panth. We are never supposed to associate with the Meene. Okay? So, Guru Maharaj had decided at that point that we need to then create our own Granth, so no one can then question what is Baanee and what is not Baanee. Now bear in mind, Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji is the only text we know that is compiled by the founders. But it wasn't by the last Guru that was compiled. 95% of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj was compiled by Guru Arjan Dev Ji in 1604. So the 5th Guru did it. And the next Gurus always accepted that hukum that had happened previously. So now, Maharaj made Aad Granth Sahib Ji because they wanted to repel the Kachee Bani, what we call it Kachee Bani now, that's being used by Meherban. So obviously, if you look at this Shabad, Maharaj is saying that if you start to read the Baanee that is not of the Guru, if you start to read the Baanee of Meherban, say, and it's got Nanak in there, Maharaj is saying, SatGuru Bina hor Kachee hai Baanee, Baanee ta Kachee SatGuru Bajo hor Kachee Bani. Without the Guru, all these Baanees are false. And Maharaj Kehende Kache, Sunde Kache. By listening, they're speaking Kachee Bani. Sun rahe Kache. So what's happening to them? Kachee Aakh Vakhani. The people that are speaking and reciting and explaining this Baanee, they're also Kache. Because they're not speaking the arth of the truth. They're not speaking the meanings of the truth, because for us our Guru is perfect. Our Guru is Pura. When Guru is Pura, then he can't make a mistake. Dekho, in one way, if you look at a fruit may be nourishing, but it may not be ripe. You can still eat it even if it isn't ripe. It will nourish you. It will give you something. But the ultimate state of that fruit is when it's fully ripe. Right? So in this way, the opposite of kacha can be pakka, not just jhutha. Maharaj is not saying it's jhutha, because many of the things that the Meene were writing, they weren't false in that sense. They weren't telling you you can do kaam, krodh, lobh, ahankar and still get to God. They weren't telling you can be a bad person and get to God. They were still speaking an element of the truth. So Maharaj didn't say jhuthi nahi kiya Maharaj. Maharaj didn't say it's jhuthi, that is false. But they said it's kachi. So, yes, we might read the writings of the Buddha. We might read quotes by Martin Luther King. We might read the history of Malcolm X. We might be inspired by people all over the world. But in a way, all of that stuff is a little bit kacha. Why? Because our Guru's Baanee is Pakki and Sachi. The Baanee, that is the special thing about Gurbani is this: not only is it showing us what to do, it is what we have to do. Maharaj just told us in the previous Pauri that you can get to God by singing Baanee. Aavo Sikh SatGuru ke pyareo, gaavo Sachi Baanee. Baanee ta gaavo Guru keri. Sing the Guru's Baanee. Don't just sing any old Baanee, sing Guru's Baanee. Why? Because jinko nadar karam hove, hirde tinna samani. If that Baanee comes and sits in our heart, we will get to God. Maharaj wants us to find the Amrit. A Amrit Baanee hai. How will we find the Amrit Baanee? Maharaj has made Baanee into Amrit. Amrit Baanee, har har teri, sun sun hove, paramgat meri. Maharaj says the Baanee is Amrit. If you want to find Amrit, Maharaj just put in a little taster of it in Gurbani. And then when we start to have that taste, then it opens up the Amrit inside us. So in that sense, this Baanee can reflect that we should not really be we shouldn't really be sitting here and singing Kachee Bani. That's one meaning of it. Now, That means writings of the Meene Masande, people that are pretending to be Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. ठीक है? We should be singing that. That's why in the Sikh Ratmana that says that if you're going to sit in a Gurdwara and you're going to sing what you're going to sing, you can sing a couple of things. Firstly, you can sing anything from Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. ठीक है? You can sing the Pats, you can sing Sheikh Farid Ji, Bhagat Kabir Ji, you can sing those things. You can also sing anything from Guru Gobind Singh Ji's writings. ठीक है? And no one can say that is not Guru Gobind Singh's writings. ठीक है ना? No one's made that faisla. So the second thing is Guru Gobind Singh Ji. You can also sing anything by Bhai Gurdas Ji. You can also sing anything by Bhai Nandlal Ji. The Taddis that come here, they're meant to stand up and sing their Taddi war. Why? Because Guruji didn't write those. So because it's not seen as Guru's writings, then they stand up and sing those. Taddi won't sit down and sing. The thing is though, the second meaning of this Pauri is what I'm going to go into now. What people have started to do is they started to say, well, if anything but Gurbani and those four things are Kachee Bani, then why do all these sants start doing Dharna? Yeah? You know what we're talking about. Many Mahapurakhs have started in the past and now, they sit down the Vaja, they pick a simple tune, and they might do something like, you know, Tan Guru Nanak Tu Hi Nirankar, Ik Tu Hi Nirankar, Ik Tu Hi Nirankar. What happens is, you hear these, okay, a lot of the Sikhs don't know that it's not from Gurbani. Aam taur te, ajkal inna mada ho gaya, if you ask a normal Sikh, where does Agya Pai Akal Ki Tabe Chalayo Panth? They will say it comes from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. If you say to them, where does Raj Karega Khalsa written? They will say it comes from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Because we have no concept of what's in Guru Granth Sahib Ji and what is from secondary sources and other sources, what is from Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Baanee. We don't know because we've never been taught. Even in the Gurdwara, there's very few courses that explain to us what is inside Guru Granth Sahib Ji and what is not in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. There's no, let's learn what the Ardas means. There's no, let's learn how to do Hukumnama. Let's learn how to do Prakash Sukhasan. There's no training on how to do all this yourself at home. No empowerment for the individual. That's what's happening nowadays. The youth don't feel empowered. We asked upstairs last time, how many people feel empowered to take charge of the Gurdwara? Let's say, it never happens, but let's say Gyaniji sitting here and he dies, has a heart attack. How many youth feel they can take over the Gurdwara that day? They can do the finish of the part, do the Hukamnama, Ardas, do Sukhasan. Most of our youth here don't feel that way. Because there should be classes training us how to look after Maharaj. Because we're Sikhs. We've got to be empowering the next generation how to do these things. So, going back to the topic, the point here is that people don't know what is Baanee and what is not Baanee, where it comes from. But the problem with this knowledge is that sometimes a little bit of knowledge can do a lot of harm. They know that Guru Maharaj says in Anand Sahib, SatGuru Bajo Hor Kachee Hai Bani. Without the Guru, all the Banis are Kachee. So they take that little bit of knowledge and they see some Baba sitting there saying, Ik Tu Hi Nirankar, Ik Tu Hi Nirankar. And they go, Bahut mada hai. How dare he Kachee Bani. They listen to Katha by, Sant Ranjit Singh, Tadriya Wale, or there was Nirvair Khasa, and they say, why do they sing so much Kachee Bani? What happens is a little bit of knowledge can go sometimes against us. We start to criticize so much. Yesterday I was in Gurdwara in Nottingham. I did a little katha and I said, look, a lot of the youth nowadays, they get into Sikhi and the first thing they feel they need to do is start criticizing everybody else. Sari Madini. They start to say, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong, you're doing this wrong. Right? They don't look inwards to work out what are we doing. Now, it's the English thing as well. It's not just in Punjabi. But they say when you point a finger, there's three pointing back. Someone said four, but I checked and it's definitely, the thumb is going upwards or sideways. Three is going back, yeah? So, the point is triguna, three times pointing back at you. So, maybe that's why politicians point that way. Or they go like that. The point is though, is that we got to be careful when we start pointing fingers. When When we start off into Sikhi, we don't know that much Baanee. We don't know that much, and we start to point fingers at people that might have thought about this a lot, and they might have, done a lot of good for the world, but we start pointing fingers at them because we've got a little bit of gyan, and we think that's it, we've achieved everything we can, and now we just sort everybody else out. And what you get then is a lot of hot-headed youth getting angry, shouting, and you can tell a little way when things are going wrong when people start shouting. ठीक है ना? जे गुरसिखा विच शुरू विच ही रौला पै गया ते पता लग गया कि इत्थे कुछ पंगा ही हो रहा है, इत्थे तमाशा हो रहा है, सिक्खी दी गल नहीं हो रही. When Sikhi is happening, then people don't start shouting, they start talking, they say Bhai Sahib, they speak with satkar, they speak with respect. When people are shouting at each other, calling each other, you're an idiot, you're a fool, you don't know anything, then you've got a problem there, you've got ahankar, and as Maharaj is saying, that's not what Sikhi is about. So when we look at this Kachee Bani, let's try and understand another way of let's try and look at another way of understanding the same Pauri. In Japji Sahib, Maharaj says, Saram Khand ki Bani Roop. So in Saram Khand, when we get to the realm of Sharam, then the person's Bani starts to become beautiful. The way that somebody speaks when they get to the third stage, when they go past Dharam Khand, they get up to Gyan Khand, they go further to Saram Khand, when they get a bit of Sharam, they start looking inside, realizing how many problems they have. They start to put in a bit of effort to sort themselves out. These 4 things they sort out. Their surti, their man, their mat and their buddhi. These 4 things they sort out. Their Bani becomes beautiful. The way they speak becomes beautiful. Man says Saram Khand ki Bani Roop. Now it says, if you go past Saram Khand into Karam Khand, into the Khand of Kirpa, the stage of Kirpa, the stage of full Kirpa of Maharaj, of blessings, and you get to the Khand of action, where you can do what Gurbani is saying, you start to live Gurbani, then Karam Khand ki Bani Chor. Now your words have power. A singer friend of mine was talking today about Katha. He heard Bhagyani Sant Singh Maskeen. And Sant Maskeen ji never used to be a big follower of the Babe. He wasn't a big fan of that. But he was telling a story what happened to him, what he saw with his own eyes. That he was at a Gurdwara and they were leaving from there. They had to drive a long way away, and there was a Mahapurakhs kind of old sadhu sitting outside the Gurdwara, and he was living sort of off the blessing of Vaheguru, you might say. He had nothing to his hand, he just had a kapda and everything. He asked them for a lift. They had a car. He said, give me a lift to where you go. He goes, where are you going? They said, we're going to X, Y and Z place. He said, chalo, give me a lift. He goes, I'll go with you. I will go with you, he said. And the driver said, you can't come with us, there's no space in the car, I'm not going to kick somebody else out. The driver got a bit gussa as well, got a bit angry, and said no to the guy, Mahapurakhs. So anyway, after a couple of 100 kilometers of driving, Sant Singh Maskeen ji gets there, and when they get to that place, they stop for a bit of water at the Gurdwara they get to, and there's that sadhu again. He's reached there automatically. And he didn't say a single word, because look, I got here. He didn't say like, oh, I showed off. He just was there and he had some langar. So now Sant Singh Maskeen's thinking, how did he get here? And then he remembered this, Ki Karam Khand ki Bani Jor. The Mahapurakhs had said, I will get there. I'm going to go there with you. But now he said it, the bachan had to come true as well. Because when he's given the hukum, and it will come true. So when the people start to have these bachan, the power of giving bachan, when people get to that level, then when they say, will come true. So if we take this meaning to mean ki the Bani of the person, right, we can say SatGuru Bina Hor Kachee Hai Bani. Now Bani can mean the words that we say. What we say is Bani now. Because in Bani, Maharaj talks about this. Guru Sahib says that the words that we say are actually Bani. In fact, everybody's got different Bani. Mere Prabha Sache ik khel rachaya, koi na kisi jeha upaya. आपे फर्क करे वेख विक से सब रस दे ही महा है. इसे मेरे प्रभ साचे एक खेल रचाया. My Vaheguru, my true Lord, has made a game. What is his game? Koe na kisi jeha upaya. He's not made a single person like anybody else. What an amazing thing, yeah? 6 billion human beings. Some people say there's 7 now. From those 7 billion, not one single person is like anybody else. Huh? And no one who's come, and no one is going to come, is going to be anything like anybody else. Always a little bit of difference. So Waheguru's made this game where everybody is different. So everybody's Baanee is different as well. Everybody's Baanee. The way they speak, the way they express themselves is different as well. So Maharaj says, if we can take this line, ki SatGuru bajo aur Kachee Bani. What if SatGuru bajo means when you're speaking, you're keeping a guru in your mind. That when you're speaking, you keep your guru in your mind and you're talking to your guru. At that point, your Baanee is true. You're speaking the truth because you've got guru in your mind. And if you haven't got guru in your mind, you haven't got the love for your guru, you haven't got the desire for your guru, then whatever you speak is false anyway. Whatever we're speaking, yeah, Maharaj says, Baad bibad kahu suna kije. Don't argue with anybody. Baad bibad means argument. Baad bibad kahu suna kije, rasna ram rasayan pije. Maharaj says, don't argue with anybody, just enjoy naam ras. So then, when we're speaking, if we're speaking to our guru, if we're speaking about our guru, then our speech is true. But if we're not doing that, if we're speaking from our ahankar, if we're speaking away from our guru, then effectively our Baanee is Kachee, because it's not speaking the truth. It's not Pakki. Opposite of Kachee here, again I said to you, is normally Pakki, not Chuti. So it's like a fruit that's not ripe. Hasn't got the flavor, hasn't got the ras. Now you might say, how does that work? Because Saram Khand ki Bani, Roop. When somebody has sorted out their mind, they've gone beyond Gyan, they sorted themselves out. So when they speak the truth. When they speak beautifully. Maharaj even says in Asa Diwar, Maharaj talks about ki pikka bolna. Many people speak pikka. Pikka means without any flavor. The word fikka in Punjabi literally means there's no flavor to this. So if there's no flavor to it, it means SatGuru bajo aur Kachee hai Bani. Because a fruit that is still fikka, a fruit which is not yet ripe, has no flavor either. Doesn't taste nice. When it becomes off ripe and it becomes pure, then it's got the flavor inside it. And Maharaj is saying that when we have our guru in our thoughts, when we have our guru in our mind, then when we speak, there's beauty in what we say. And if we go even further beyond the beauty, then there's power in what we say as well. Dekho, people like me do Katha, okay, but in this Paath there's many people do Katha, and actually our Paath is not jumping up. I went to a program, a couple of times Mahapurakhs do bhajan. When Mahapurakhs do bhajan, they can take impact straight away. I'll give you an example. They're singing in Birmingham, coming to Katha for a long time, listen to videos for a long time. Was still involved in drugs and alcohol, but still he was, happy going to Katha programs and trying to change his life. But he hadn't had a massive impact upon him. Holy he was having an impact. He went to the Gurdwara at Nanak, and there was a Mahapurakhs there who's been teaching Santya his whole life. He's the teacher of Bible Singh and how he got in, our other pracharak. Babaji looked at this thing, he came in, had a bit of a dadi about this big, no hair on his head, still involved in bad stuff. Babaji looks at him, he goes, Tu Amrit Shakla. He said, if you take Amrit now, if you don't take Amrit now, they said you'll fall off this path and you might never get back on this path. He goes, Babaji, I'm not ready. I don't know anything. I haven't got my Baanee. I'm still involved in doing bad stuff. They said, you take Amrit now, you'll be fine. Your life will work out. If you don't take Amrit now, you'll fall off. That's all they said. Now that sings in Parishani. He's in stress. Imagine if some of you lot who haven't taken Amrit now met someone, said Fatih to them, and they said, take Amrit. If you don't take Amrit now, that's it won't be good for you. And the thing is, the Amrit Sanchar was the next morning. So there was a time thing, so you're thinking, tomorrow morning, go to Amrit Sanchar, are you serious? So what happened is, but we talked to him, we said, listen, Mahapurakhs ne bachan kar dete hain. They've given you a blessing. The thing you were scared about is that you will take one Amrit one day, but you might break it. Here you've been given a guarantee that if you take it now, you won't break it. Samajh rahe ho? The fear is gone now. But if you don't take it now, he says you will fall off. So that fear that you had anyway one day of not taking Amrit, that's not going to work for you. Then we took a hukamnama as well from Maharaj. I said, Kya Hans, Kya Bagula, Jako Nadar Kare, Jo Tis Pave Nanka, Kago Hans Kare. Maharaj said, what is a Hans and what is a Bagla? Hans Honda, the beautiful swan. And Bagla is that praying mantis that pretends to be very into samadhi but has one foot up, and when the fish comes close, bang, goes down and gets it. It pretends to be in spirituality but it's not spirituality. Samajh rahe ho? So a Hans is supposed to be spiritual and this one is a faker. So Maharaj says, what is a faker and what is a real one? Yeah? Kya Hans, kya Bagula, jako nadar kare. Maharaj says, those that have kirpa, Maharaj says, Jyotis pave nanaka. Kago Hans kare. Whoever he wants, he can turn from a crow into a Hans straight away. They didn't say Bagula, because Bagula is not, it's a faker. But from a crow, Maharaj can make you into a swan. Meaning he can change you. Theek hai na? And this Singh took Amrit the next day. And he's happy. Bahut khush hai Amrit vich. Yeah? And again I said the same thing, chill out. Focus upon your breath. Don't start going telling everybody else. Take Amrit, just chill out, focus upon yourself. But still, he's very happy as Amritari Sikh. It's been about 4 or 5 weeks now. Theek hai na? Maharaj Ki Kirpa. So, when the person is keeping the Guru in their mind, their Baanee has so much power. They can go beyond just beauty, they can get to the realm of power. What they say will come true. Many Mahapurakhs, this is just one example, many other examples have happened. Even, for example, at the camp that I first got into Sikhi, there was a famous Mahapurakhs that came down, did Katha, and the whole room was buzzing. It was buzzing so much. Thing is, we've had Kirtan for a week, but it wasn't buzzing like that. When that personality comes into the room, it lights it all up. I went to a guy's Anand Karaj once. We're sitting there just chilling. No, Anand Karaj just chilling, enjoying. But there was something special about the Anand Karaj. I was trying to work out what it was. Because every time we did Simran there, bahut Anand aa raha siga. It's like, why today so much Anand? Theek hai, Anand Karaj, yeah? But then, after the Anand Karaj finished, a couple of Mahapurakhs stood up. They were sitting in the audience, and then they were going to do bhajan afterwards. I didn't realize. Theek hai na? And then you realize that the Mahapurakhs was sitting there, and they got so much bhakti, they're just overflowing with it and giving it away to everybody else. So now, obviously Mahapurakhs exist. Because if Mahapurakhs didn't exist, then Sikhi wouldn't be true, innit? Maharaj is saying Karam Khand ki Bani Jor. If no one had got to Karam Khand, then the Bani would not have Jor. Baba Buddha Ji had Jor. Baba Buddha Ji gave one bhajan to Mata Ganga Ji saying, you will have a child that will destroy armies. And Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji came. So it's not the case that there's no such Mahapurakhs in Sikhi. There are many Mahapurakhs. And we should seek their blessings. But Maharaj says, SatGuru Bina hor Kachee Bani. That means, if those people are not in love with their Guru, if those people are not in love with their Guru and in front of their Guru is facing them, they are facing their Guru, they are Gurmukh. They are Gurmukh, they are Sanmukh. Maharaj has talked about Sanmukh. Then when they speak, their words are beautiful. And those people that don't have that, then their words are Kachee. Maharaj says, or Guru Ji Maharaj says, Mukh ki baat sagal syo karta, ji sang prab apna tarta. Maharaj says, Mukh ki baat. With my mouth, I talk to everybody. Sagal syo karta. But Maharaj says then, ji sang prab apna tarta. But my ji, my heart, is with Vaheguru. Wherever they are, they might be talking to people, these Mahapurakhs, but their mind is not with the person, their mind is with Vaheguru. With every pran, they are saying Guru, 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 Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Swas, Swas, Simran. With every breath. And then therefore, when they speak, their words are not Kachee, but they're Pakke. At the time of Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj, Sakhi many people have heard about, is by Balwant Ji, Satya and Balwant, who have written Ramkali Ki War. At one point, they wanted money, but there was a wedding in their family. And they were the Kirtanis at Harmandir Sahib. And they wanted money. And they're going back to Priti Chand and Meherban. Priti Chand had been telling him, you should get more money out of Guruji. You need money, you should get more money. Look how much beautiful Kirtan you're doing. Look how much Sangat comes to listen to that Kirtan. You should be getting more money. But Guru Arjan Dev Ji said, whatever is presented, that is all you will have, you can't have any more. So they went again to Maharaj and they asked him again, Maharaj, please, we need some more money. Maharaj said, Dekho, this is our Maryada. Whatever comes from the Sangat, that will be enough. Don't worry, the money will come for you. Just chill, wait, the money will come. They couldn't wait, they got upset. So they said to Maharaj, okay, we will stop doing Kirtan. And they stopped coming. Now at that time, Maharaj themselves came down and started doing Kirtan. because Guru Maharaj is the Kirtani as well. But obviously, Rag Kirtan is hard. There's people here that are learning Rag. Rag Kirtan is not easy. Takes a long time. Even tabla to play in tal at high beats, like 8.5 beat, this is not easy either. Takes years of practice. Which is why nowadays now Gurdwara, those skills are very rare, because we want easy Sikhi, simple Sikhi, straight away, fast food Sikhi, yeah? Take it away, straight away. No. We need to invest in our Panth, invest in these skills of Rag Kirtan, of tabla, because we don't even know how amazing they are. They can transform us. But Maharaj came down and started doing Kirtan themselves then. But the Sikhs at that time weren't so good at Kirtan as Satya Balwant. So they asked Maharaj, Kirpa karke Maharaj, look, we can't do Rag Kirtan, can we do something simpler? Maharaj said, no problem. Guru Maharaj then allowed those people that time to start doing Kirtan in simple tunes. And it was called Tutiya Kirtan. Tutiyan te karna. Simple tunes. Now what you see nowadays a lot of the times, people pick a tune they like and they start to make the Shabad fit that tune. Very traditional style, but it's alright. It doesn't mean that it's Kachee Bani. It doesn't mean that you've gone away from the Baanee. It doesn't mean that you're actually singing falsehood. Because opposite of Kachee would be Jhoot. Yeah? So it's not that it's false. They're trying. Also in Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj's time, then there was Tadiwar. Guru Maharaj liked Tadiwara. And so Tadi tradition started from Guru Hargobind Sahib Maharaj. Now obviously people are singing now more about Guru Sahib's history. The Tadiwars that we have preserved from Guru Hargobind Sahib's time. But also, what also started to happen is for those people that couldn't sing Baanee, couldn't sing Kirtan, they just knew Punjabi simple stuff, and they couldn't do Rag Kirtan, Maharaj then allowed people to do simple folk beats, folk tunes. People like me that can't do Kirtan, they will say Tana Guru Nanak, Tana Guru Nanak, and they'll say, no, so what it is people start to do simple tunes and they start to sing what's in their heart. But that doesn't become Kachee Bani either. There's 4 types of Kirtan the 4 types of things that are acceptable. There's Rag Kirtan, then there's simple Kirtan, then there's Tadiwar, and then there's simple folk tunes that are designed to get people singing about the Guru, but they are within Gurmat. They're within Gurmat, but they might not be Gurbani. Yeah? Just poetry, people are singing out. What nowadays you see Dharna. Dharna is not Kachee Bani. This is something to understand. Even Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, they took that bhajan of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj and they hired so many poets. They had 52 poets. In fact, it wasn't just 52, total of 130, but we say Bhavanja Kavi normally. What was the bhajan of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj? It was Jagat Jalanda Rakhle Apni Kirpa Tar Jit Dware Ubre Titte Leho Bar. The world is burning, Vaheguru. The world is burning. Save it, Akal Purukh Ji, save it. Whichever way it can be saved, save it in that way. But if somebody can't be saved with Rag Kirtan, save them with simple Kirtan. If someone can't be saved with simple Kirtan, they might like Tadiwara, save them that way. If they can't be saved with Tadiwara, save them with Tarne. But Maharaj Kirpa Karo, save them. Whatever way they can be saved. So, Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, they had 52 kaviyan. At one point in Guru Gobind Singh Darbar, the 52 kaviyan Maharaj at one night, they didn't just treat these people like, of course they were employees by the way. Just to make clear, the 52 kaviyan, they were employees of Guru Maharaj. They'd come there, they were working for Maharaj. At those times, every king had kavis working for them, poets in residence. Maharaj loved the poets so much, they didn't just give them the bare minimum, they showered them with money. One night, Guru Maharaj had a dream, they had a desire in their heart. They got up at night, when all the kavis were asleep, they got loads of money, and they went round, they put 2 gold coins inside every single, below the pillow of every single kavi. Like a morning, tooth fairy when they wake up and they find the gold coins. They'll be happy. Maharaj wanted to keep these people happy, Khush Rain, and they stay next to Guru Maharaj, and they do the work that's required. Nowadays, the people that are coming in this country, I listen to Katha Bhagyani ji as well, same thing. He says they will make a Gurdwara as big as they want. 18 million we spend in Havelock. They will make all this money on Gurdwara, on building funds, libraries. But when it comes to the Granthi, they'll say, I want the cheapest Granthi. Singh was telling me, there was a guy spent 30 years on a Gurdwara. He was a Granthi, couldn't read Paath properly. Sevadar de. One day they put him on to do Khand Paath Seva. He goes, I can't do it. Why are we hiring the cheapest people to do the most important job? Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, our Guru. We want to get the best Granthis, don't we? We want to get the most intelligent people in our Panth to get them to become Granthis. If we pay them peanuts, in English they say, if you pay peanuts, what do you get? If you pay peanuts, you get? It's not the case that the Granthis, they're doing the best they can, but they are not given the satkar that needs to be there. This needs to be one of the most desirable professions in our Panth. So we get the best people to do this. We don't want them to quit. They might be really good Granthis. They might have all the pyar for Guru, but their family will say to them, how are we going to live on this money? And they'll say, chalo, for the sake of my family then, I'll leave this, what I love doing, and I'll start doing something else to earn more money. Their heart might be in Granthi, their heart might be coming to Gurdwara, but everybody's got family at home on their head as well. Yeah? So we need to think about this concept we have about money, because we are getting very confused with money in our Panth. We're very confused about money. Money is a tool. Money is a tool, yeah? Shastra hai. No one minds Shastra. People spend thousands of pounds on Shastra. Badya to badya Shastra ho gaye. You understand? Money is just a tool to get what you want. We don't put our stainless steel knives in front of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, do we? When you go to a Nihang Singh program, you don't see stainless steel knives there. What do you see? Expensive old kirpana, banduka. When people go to art museum, they don't see replicas there, they see the real thing. We spend money on stuff that's important. We should spend money on education in our Panth. Get the best people. So Maharaj gave them satkar, gave them 2 coins. Even Pai Nandlal Ji, we heard about them, they're a poet. One day Pai Nandlal Ji got very excited as well. He saw the battles that were happening. He got ready, he put a kirpan on, put Bana on, put a damalla on, and he goes to Maharaj, main bhi ladna hai. Because all these Sikhs are dying for Shaheedi. I want to fight as well, Maharaj. Bless me so I can go and fight. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj got very happy. They go, Chardi Kara. Pai Nandlal, that's anak hegi hai. Good. You got a bit of spirit inside, you got a bit of josh, very good. But he goes, this is not for you though. He goes, you're going to do 1 kirpan, but if you write the words, 1,000 kirpans will be born out of your words. Because your power is in your poetry. They give that maximum adab satkar because Satsangaji, we fight for ideas. Sikhi bhi ek mati hegi, ek mat. Mat is ideas and philosophy. And we live for Gurmat. We die for our Guru, but our Guru is also giving us that thought, those Baanee. So, we can't give low satkar to Baanee, we can't give low satkar to ideas because we live and die for ideas. So, Maharaj is saying that this is not Kachee Bani. SatGuru Bina, hor Kachee hai Bani, Bani tak Kachee SatGuru Bajo, hor Kachee Bani. If we don't have our chit on our Guru, then that Bani is Kachee. Take this to mean about Paath now. Let's take the next line. Maharaj says, Ki SatGuru Bina hor Kachee hai Bani, Bani tak Kachee SatGuru Bajo, hor Kachee Bani. Kehende Kache, Sunde Kache, Kachee Aakh Vakhani. Now look at this. Maharaj says, people that are speaking Baanee, imagine we're doing our part, but our focus is not on our Guru. I was listening to Katha by Sant Hardev Singh. They said your mind can do 2 things at one time. That's why Maharaj says, speak the Baanee and listen to the Baanee. Kai baar inj hunda we speak the Baanee but not listen to the Baanee. Mind can do 2 things. Maharaj says, say it and listen to it as well. Your mind won't go anywhere else. Suno, te bolo. Now in this way, Maharaj is telling us ki kehende kache, sunde kache. So it means if your mind is not on the Baanee, then you're speaking it, but you kehende kache. Take it the other way around. You listen to Baanee, you're in the Gurdwara, but your mind is not on the Baanee, the sunde kache. You're listening to it, but you're not hearing it. That means, so basically, both need to be there. Both need to be there. Yeah, our mind, our focus, everything should be on kehende kache, sunde kache, Kachee Aakh Vakhani. Aakh Vakhani means we're talking about Baanee, we're explaining it like I'm sitting here explaining it to you. But if my mind is not at my Guru's feet, my mind is not thinking, Maharaj Kirpa Karo, then even what I'm explaining is kacha as well. Uda asar bhi nahi hona. Even Paisa Crossing from Leeds, he always says this. He goes, the problem is not, it's with the Katha Vachiks. He says, I blame the Katha Vachiks for everything. Because they haven't got the kamai. So if they haven't got the kamai, then the words don't have any effect. Lots of katha happening, but the kamai is not there. That's why people used to go to flock to see the katha of Baba Anand Singh Ji, Sant Baba Ishar Singh Ji. Why did they go to see these Mahapurakhs? Because when they gave bachan, the power was there. Yeah? And people would change their life. Bhai Jeevan Singh, the story about Bhai Jeevan Singh, people criticized me when I said that we should become Khalsa before talking about Khalistan. The same talk, Bhai Jeevan Singh Ji once did in the stage. He was asked to come on a stage. He said, Khalistan mangan waleo, pehla Khalsa bano. People don't understand that. They go, oh, they criticize him. But they don't understand because they don't listen to what he's saying. The true Khalistan will come and become Khalsi. It's not going to come otherwise. It will become into a panga, it will become into a fight. What's happening nowadays? If you don't become Khalsi, big arguments happen, don't they? When four Gurmukhs sit together, they do vichar, charcha, and it's all peaceful. Put four people in a room who are full into politics with no Baanee behind them, and what you get is arguments. So we need to get Sikhi back into our Gurdwara, bring Gurmat to the forefront, make Khalsa, and we will get what we want anyway. Maharaji Kirpa Hovegi. So, people criticize because these things, but these things are true. Ki SatGuru bajo hor Kachee Bani, bainda Kachee SatGuru bajo hor Kachee Bani, kehende kache, sunde kache, Kachee aakh khani, har har nit karhe rasna, kahya kachu na jani. They are chanting har har with their tongue. They can't think about this. Many people say Waheguru, 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 but what's happening? They're not getting the laha, they're not connecting to God. So they give up. Maharaj says, har har nit kare rasna. They say with their tongue every day Waheguru, Waheguru, but kahya kachu na jani. But by speaking, they don't find anything. What did janna kis cheez no hega? What are we here to janna? We're not here to understand Bani, we're here to experience Waheguru. We're here to jana, onu janna ya. Take this word janiya. Janiya means to know something as well. We're here to know something. Gyan Khand is about Gyan of Waheguru. Usnu janna ya. Okay? So Maharaj is saying, har har nit kare rasna, kahya kachuna jani. They won't understand, they're speaking, but they won't find Waheguru because their mind is not there. Because the next Pankti Maharaj says, Chitta jinka hirlaya maya, bolan pairavani. Maharaj says, Chitta jinka hirlaya maya. What does hirlaya mean? Stolen. Chori ho gaya. Chitta jinka hirlaya maya. Maya, i.e. the world, has stolen their chit. What's their chit? Their focus, their consciousness. Their focusing is not on Baanee, they focus somewhere else. We know the story of Guru Nanak Ji Maharaj. They went to the mosque. What happened in the mosque? They were asked, they said, there is no Hindu, there is no Muslim. The Muslims got dukhi. They said, what do you mean there's no Muslims? Come to the mosque, I'll show you loads of Muslims. When somebody says outside, there's no Sikhs today, what are we going to say? No, come to Gurdwara, loads of Sikhs here. So what happened that day? Maharaj went to the mosque, they started doing Paath, and Guru Maharaj didn't do any. They knew all the kalma, they knew all the prayers, because they studied under the Maulvi as well. But they didn't do anything. And then the Maulvi got annoyed. Maulvi, the mosque, the Imam, he says, why did you not join in? Maharaj says that your namaz was kachi. Your namaz was not true. Your namaz was fake. He got offended. He goes, why do you say this? Why do you say my namaz is kachi? Maharaj then goes on and says, listen, when you were doing your namaz, your mind was not there. You have got a little baby horse in your house back home, and you're worried that little baby horse is going to fall into the well because it's big enough to fall over, but no one's going to stop it, and you don't know if you tied it or not. Your mind is at home, sitting looking after your foal, but you're here reading namaz. Chitta jinka hirlaya maya, bolan pe Ravani. What does Ravani mean? Ravani means like a car, once you started it, it just keeps on rolling. Yeah? And that's what happens. Sometimes when you do your part, those like myself who learn a bit of Baanee and got it memorized, what happens is we start doing the Baanee is going. Baanee is going, but the mind is not there. Khatam bhi ho gaya Sahib. It's like, Choppe Sahib finished already. I only started listening to it a minute ago. But you started speaking the words, and the words are going, but you're not listening to it. Happens all the time. So when you memorize Baanee, it's a double-edged sword as well. Because you can spend it whenever you want, But if your mind is not there, it will keep on going, and kacha reh gaya fir. It didn't become pakka. It's not that it's jhutha, not that it's false, but it's kacha reh gaya. It didn't get the full attention. So Maharaj tells that Daulat Khan that your part was kacha, your namaz was kacha, you didn't focus upon it. The rest of the people say, no, but we were here, fine, the Maulvi was wrong, but we were at least doing our Baanee properly. Maharaj says, "Tusi rehn do." I said, don't let me explain to you lot what you are thinking about. Sometimes we think, oh no, I'm right. And the Maharaj says, rehn de, I'll tell you the truth now. And what's going to happen? You're going to be exposed in public. We say in Baanee, SatGuru talk liya, mohe papi parda jiyo. The Guru Sahib has talk lita. My parda, what I'm thinking inside, Maharaj is blessed that to cover it up and keeps my respect outside. Because otherwise, if you lot could think what I was thinking, you'd be thinking the kachaya. So Maharaj has done this. Maharaj says, "Tusi rehn do." Adhe tusi Kabul se gaye, buying horses. Then the Sangha shuts up. The rest of them be quiet now. They go, Maharaj, don't know what I was thinking about. So this is the thing. Chit jinka hirlaya maya, bolan pe ravani. They start to speak mechanically. They're repeating the words, but there's nothing coming out of there that is full of ras. Sometimes Mom was telling me she went to Gurdwara once, and there the Gyani was doing part with so much ras, so slowly with so much pyar. She goes, it affected her so much. Satsangaji, what happens? A lot of the times we go to Gurdwara and the part is going like mechanics. Yeah? Sometimes we feel dukhi sitting in the Gurdwara. Those that know the part, they want to join in, but the part is going too fast. The Gyani is not speaking loud enough, it's mechanical. And what do you think the cause of that is? Because we're not promoting the pyar wale Gyanis. We haven't got that criteria. How are we going to get better Gyanis who have the pyar? We push them away really. So, SatGuru talk liya, mohe papi parda jiyo. So, this means that it's not the case that all Baanee is kachi. Even Bhai Gurdashi didn't put his name on his Baanee, but we sing it. It's got flavor. He was singing poetry. Anybody who's a Gursikh who is singing with pyar for Waheguru, it doesn't mean that Baanee is false, right? It doesn't mean that we think it's Kachee Bani, because they're thinking out of Gurmat. Most important for us is it must be somebody who's a Gursikh, must be singing about the Guru. Yeah? It's not the case that we start cussing them ki tusi made hegyo, Kachee Bani gande hegyo. Maharaj protects us, they protect our kirpa. So without Guru's contemplation, then nearly everything is false. The dancing, the talking, the singing, the listening, it's all false. But if we get that thing inside us, if our chit is with our Guru, then it's Sachchi Bani. Then we will come to our Guru, Aavo Sikh SatGuru ke pyareo, Gaavo Sachchi Bani. So, we have to focus upon it, and then if we get our chit on there, then Maharaj says, Ki chit jinka hirlaya maya, bolan pe ravani, kehe naan SatGuru bajo, hor Kachee Bani. So, we're going to finish off with a bit of Simran, and I'll do a little Katha at the end about a story I remember about Kachee Bani. Satsang ji benti hegi hai, don't always turn against the people that are doing good stuff for our Panth. We pick one little thing that we don't like about somebody, we turn on them. Look at the 90% they're doing, and then think about those 3 fingers that point back when we point 1 finger outwards. In our Panth, the biggest problem we have ekta. Everybody says we should unite, but not everybody is willing to put aside the little differences and actually unite. Everybody says, ekta di lod hai, but tusi jaake sunoge na odi gallan, then they're all against ekta, because they cuss everybody else. And you understand that person is not going to bring about ekta. You have to look for people that actually can ignore other people's faults. Yeah? Because asi sare hi made hege. Compared to our Guru, sare hi made hege. Even Faridji says, ki Kale mende kapde, kala menda ves, guni parya main phiran, lok kehen darves. Say, mere kapde kale, main aap bhi kala. He's saying, I'm all kala, I'm full of both falsehood. Guni here doesn't mean qualities. Guni means a gunehgar, false, bad things. Paap. Guni parya main phiran means I'm full of paap. I'm walking around, lok kehen darvesh. People say I'm a holy person. So we're all false. So let's think twice before we point fingers at anybody else. So go into a bit of Simran now, and then we'll come back to understand what can be applied as to ourselves when we do our part. अमृत प्रभ नाम
भगत जना के मन बिसरा सुख मणि सुख अमृत प्रभ नाम भगत जना के मन बिसरा
सुख मणि सुख अमृत प्रभ नाम भगत जना
के मन बिसरा वाहे गुर वाहे गुर वाहे गुर वाहे गुर
So, if we don't have our Guru, if we've not taken over our Guru, if we haven't made this Guru our Guru, then the Baanee is Kachee when we're saying it. I'll give you an example. There's a Shabad by Guru Maharaj, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, they go, Gur Meri Puja, Gur Gobind. There's a Katha of that on our channel, Gur Meri Puja. Now at the end of that Shabad, because the beginning is just saying Guru, 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 at the end Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, who am I talking about? I said, Gur ka Shabad na mete koe, Gur Nanak, Nanak har soe. I said, Guru Nanak di gal kar raha hai. Uthe Ankad hega, under Nanak. It's Guru Nanak, the singular person. Nanak har soe, Nanak is Vaheguru. But what happened is somebody took that Shabad, took the first part of that Shabad, put on a picture of Rajneesh or of the other Guru, and they sang it to their Guru. SatGuru Bajo, Hor Kachee Bani. The people are singing that Shabad to that Guru, but it's not talking about that Guru, it's talking about Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. So that Bani that they're reading there, that's Kachee Bani. Because it's the wrong thing they're talking about. It's not talking about our Guru, it's talking about somebody else. So that person singing that Bani is going to get the wrong Kehde Kache, Sunde Kache, Kachee Aakh Vakhani. They're not going to get the full fal, the full ras, because it's about the wrong Guru. We have to get the right Guru. Maharaj says, Eh Jio Baute Janam Pramya, Ta SatGuru Shabad Sunaya. Many lifetimes we wandered around looking for this Guru. Now we found that Guru, we should hold on. And we should keep two things, our chit and our lips and our ears all focused upon Him. If we do that, we'll get the full kirpa for our Guru. If we apply this today, Baba Harnam Singh's book about his life story, Sekanaiya which ki anda hai, at one point, the Singh comes to Baba Harnam Singh and he says, explain to me something why my avastha is not going up. Because I do every morning my full nitnem. Because not only do I do a full nitnem, I do Sukhmani Sahib Asa Diwar as well. Throughout the day I do Shabads, and he goes, in a day I do 27 Chaupai Sahibs. Roj. He goes, explain to me then, well, how come my avastha is not going up? He goes, mainu ki pata hai. Baba ji goes, I can't. He goes, work for me, why don't they work for you? I don't know. He goes, let's ask Guru Maharaj. Baba ji does ardas to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Say, Maharaj Kirpa Karo, tell me the reason for this Gursikh who's come over here to ask your advice. To ki honda hai? That Guru Maharaj appears to him, Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj appears. He goes, Baba Harnam Singh, Enu Dasi, say to him, he says to him, the reason that he is not getting the full fal of his part is that he is not listening to it himself. Tell him, I don't care about 27, I don't care about 1, ek hi kar le, but chit na ke. Think, say it to me, Maharaj said. Say, tell him to do the part as if he's doing the part to me directly. If you're sitting in the Guru Maharaj Hazuri, Maharaj Chopi Sada part shuru karo, you're going to focus upon getting it right. You're saying Guru Gobind Singh's Hazuri. He goes, tell him to do the part as if he's doing it to me directly. Sikh says, so Baba Harnam Singh passes that message on. That's what Guru Maharaj wants you to do. He said, I can't do it to Guru Maharaj. I can't even have that avastha. I haven't got that ability to do the part to Guru Maharaj. I haven't got the ability to see him. So Baba Harnam Singh passed it back. Guru Gobind Singh said, tell him to do it to himself then. आप ही सुन ले, तो मतलब मैं भी सुन लेता. Because if he does it as if he's listening to himself, then it means that I have listened to it as well, because at least he listened to it. Because Guru mere sang sada hai naale. He's with us all the time. So if our mind is on there, then we will listen to it. So chit jinka hirlaya maya bolan pe ravani. So that will be kehde kache and sunde kache, because our mind is not there. So the way for us to progress spiritually really is to listen with a lot of dhyan to Baanee. If Maharaj says Gur ki seva shabad vichar, how does that work then? Doing seva of shabad, doing seva of vichar of shabad means that's Guru di seva. Maharaj says SatGuru ki seva safal hai, je ko kare chitlaye chitlan. Focus on the Guru and the seva is complete. Focus on the Guru and the Baanee is complete. But if your mind is not focused, if your mind is elsewhere, then it's gone incomplete. He had some benefit from it, but not all the benefit. Even if we don't understand it, then we should say and focus upon saying Gur Mantra in our head. If we can't understand it, then let's do it at least by focusing upon the words that are being read. You read the Gurmukhi, start to say it properly, but keep your mind in there. And then the other thing is, don't think you can never learn the meaning. Go and learn the meaning. What do you think we're doing this Katha for? It's all to explain to people the meaning of Baanee. So there's two meanings of this, and the thing for us to understand is that all of Baanee actually is about talking to the mind anyway. Even Anand Sahib, we started off with what? E man meriya. Yeah? E man meriya Maharaj says, Tu sada raho har nali. So the whole Baanee is telling us is talking to the mind anyway. So if we start talking to our mind with Baanee, that means the Baanee will become full. You will get the full rasa of that Baanee. Listening to it, understanding and then accepting it. After accepting it, to start doing what it's telling us to do, and we will then get the full experience of that Baanee. And that means that we'll get the Anand that Baanee is full of. Baanee is full of Anand, and we'll get that Anand. There's no need to lose hope if you don't feel the experience of Baanee. I met Agora Singh yesterday in Nottingham as well. He goes, I can't feel Waheguru Simran yet. I said, good that you said yet. Samajh? If you can't feel Waheguru Simran yet, then do some more Waheguru Simran. Nothing wrong with the Waheguru Simran. Yeah? Maybe there's too much gun to get out the way first. So before you can even get smelling nice, you got to get washed up first. So we use that Naam to wash ourselves, and then the khushbu comes more and more of Naam. So I'm sure I've made loads of mistakes in that. But there's two different ways to understand that body. Next we get the 25th body of Anand Sahib. Maharaj says, Gur ka shabad ratan hai. So Pula Chokka likhe hain Bakshin ji. Gaj gaj ke fateh Akhni ji. Waheguru ji ka khalsa, Waheguru ji ki fateh.
Vaheguru